So Amazon researchers found the flaw. Anthropic's model got suspended for it. And now those two companies, plus Microsoft and Google, rivals who spend billions trying to outbuild each other, are sitting at the same table, working out one shared scale for grading how badly their own AI models can be broken. Earthquakes got the Richter scale back in 1935. Jailbreaks? They're getting theirs in 2026. Anthropic, Amazon, Microsoft, and Google are building a common scoring methodology for the severity of AI jailbreaks. And it's a direct response to the June incident, which raises the two questions that actually matter here. Why now and why together? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll see how this one framework ties together the UN, the White House, and the four biggest names in AI. Okay, first, the 60-second version of what forced this. Back in June, Amazon researchers discovered a jailbreak, serious enough that Anthropic's Fable 5, the most capable model on the market, got pulled offline under US export controls. Not a bug ticket, export controls. The suspension ran 19 days. On June 30th, the Department of Commerce lifted the restrictions, and on July 1st, Fable 5 came back globally, carrying a new safety classifier built specifically to catch the jailbreak that kicked all of this off. We've covered that whole saga in depth before, so here's the only piece you need today. One exploit found by a rival's researchers took a frontier model off the market for nearly 3 weeks. That's the event sitting underneath everything else in this story. So why does a severity scale even matter? Here's the problem it's aimed at. Right now, and this is the verified part, Anthropic, Amazon, Microsoft, and Google are developing a shared framework with a common scoring methodology for evaluating how severe a jailbreak actually is. Now think about what's missing without one. When an earthquake hits, nobody stands around arguing about whether it was pretty bad. Jailbreaks have had no equivalent. And this next part is my analysis, not an official statement. Without a shared scale, one lab's critical is another lab's moderate, and a regulator reading two incident reports has no way to line them up. A common scale turns "trust us, we handled it" into a number everyone reads the same way. Now, if this were just four companies tidying up their incident reports, honestly, it'd be a footnote. It's not "look at the week it landed in." July 1. The UN launches its first independent global scientific assessment of AI. Secretary General Antonio Guterres urges action, and panel co-chair Yoshua Bengio warns that AI capabilities are outpacing both scientific understanding and governments' ability to adapt. That report flags accumulating evidence of AI agent systems violating instructions, and its findings feed straight into the inaugural UN Global Dialogue on AI Governance in Geneva, July 6 and 7. Meanwhile, the White House is in advanced talks with AI companies on voluntary standards for frontier model releases, with an announcement expected as soon as the week of July 7 ahead of an August 1. Executive order deadline for the NSA to deliver a classified benchmarking process. 3 tracks, 1 week. Suddenly, everyone wants to measure. So what happens when you can't measure? You get blunt instruments. When there's no agreed way to score how bad a jailbreak is, the response defaults to the biggest lever available, and we just watched that play out. 1 jailbreak, 19 days of export control suspension for Fable 5. No graduated response because there was no scale to grade the incident against. And look at OpenAI. As of July 3rd, GPT 5.6, that's the Sol, Terra, and Luna variants, is still limited to roughly 20 government-vetted partner organizations, with broad release gated on a White House standards framework that doesn't exist yet. That's the cost of having no measuring stick. Models either go fully offline or sit locked in a vault, because somewhere between fine and catastrophic isn't something anyone can regulate against. So, here's the mental model I want you to walk away with. 3 layers of AI governance, all forming at the same time. Layer 1 is industry self-measurement, the 4-company jailbreak severity scale. Layer 2 is national standards, the White House voluntary framework, and the NSA's classified benchmarking process, due August 1. Layer 3 is international assessment, the UN's scientific report feeding the Geneva dialogue. The verified fact is simply that all three exist and are moving this month. The interpretation, and I want to be clear, this is analysis, not something any of these companies has said, is that the order matters. By building the scale themselves, voluntarily, the industry gets to define the measurement standard before regulators define it for them. Because whoever writes the scale shapes the regulation that follows. And that's why I'd argue the scale is the story, not the jailbreak. Jailbreaks will keep happening. The story is who's holding the measuring stick when they do. So watch 2 dates, Geneva, July 6th and 7th, where the UN Global Dialogue on AI Governance convenes, and the week of July 7th, when that White House voluntary standards announcement is expected. If the industry's severity scale slots neatly into the federal framework, then the 4 rivals at one table will have pulled off something genuinely remarkable. They'll have answered governance's first question, how bad was it? With a ruler they built themselves. If you want to follow this as it unfolds, subscribe and turn on notifications. Standards Week kicks off July 6th, and we'll break down the Geneva outcomes and the White House announcement as they land. And drop your take in the comments. Is industry self-measurement credible, or does the referee need to be someone who isn't playing the game? See you in the next one.